darkest day of the year, the shortest day of the year, and now things extend a little, but of course it's still rather dark. And we want to bring some ignition to our internal world, some light, increase a little light during this dark time. So I want to share a couple little pieces of text with you. The first is from Rav Avraham Yitzchak Kook, Rav Kook, who was the Ashkenazi chief rabbi of British Mandatory Palestine. And he said the following, great figure in our tradition: every person must know and understand that deep within them a candle burns, and their candle is unlike the candle of any other. There's no person without a candle. Every person must know and understand that it's upon them to toil and reveal the light of their candle for others. They must kindle them into a great torch that will illuminate the entire world. So together, each one of our candles makes a great Chanukiah, and through this illumination, we can illuminate the entire world. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how special that image is and how wonderful that would be? So you can just check in on the state of your own light, your own energy level physically, the light of your emotional space, your heart space, mental light. And just note that. I'm going to work on that today. The second thing I want to read comes from the Talmud Bavli, the Babylonian Talmud, from the Tractate of Shabbat. And it's probably maybe a text you well know, might be, about how we light the candles, our practice of lighting the Chanukiah. So as often is the case, Shammai and Hillel are arguing about halacha, and really most often we end up following Beit Hillel. So Shammai says on the first day that we should light one kindle's 8 lights, we should light the whole Chanukiah, and then from there gradually decrease the number of lights. So 8, 7, 6, 5, that we should count down in the light and in the lighting of candles. And Hillel, of course, says the opposite. No, first night we should light 1, and then go up until at the end we have 8 lights. Of course, that's the practice that we follow, Hillel's practice of starting with 1 candle and going up. So there was a disagreement on the reasons of their dispute. One said that the reason for Beit Shammai's opinion is that the number of lights corresponds to the incoming days. The reason for Beit Hillel's opinion is that the number of lights corresponds to the outgoing days. So like 1 day's over, 2 days over, 3 days over. One said that the reason for Beit Shammai's opinion is that the number of lights corresponds to the bulls on the festival of Sukkot. The reason for Beit Hillel's opinion is that the number of lights is based on this principle. One elevates to a higher level in matters of sanctity, and one does not downgrade. Ma'alin bekodesh ve'in moridin, that we go up, la'alot, we go up in holiness, in kedusha, ve'in moridin, and we don't go down. So we increase through the light our level of holiness every day. So our practice of yoga on the mat helps create space, helps create light within the body, to help us grow in kedusha, in holiness, in our practice day to day. So Chanukah, of course, means dedication, right? We are rededicating the temple after desecration. So we can think of Chanukah Habayit as a rededication, a dedication of our own selves. This bite, our bodies, ourselves. How will we make this dedication? Oh, I wanted to do a breath actually before we stand. So continuing to sit, I think of this pranayama, this breath practice, it's called kapalabhati in Sanskrit, as igniting the pilot light within. So kapalabhati is forced exhalations and passive inhales. So you can take a hand to the low belly, below the navel, and you can take a hand under your nose and just give a kick of the belly in on the exhale, and exhale through the nose. Feel the air coming onto your fingers And then what happens is the inhalation is just passive. Feel your belly bounce back on the inhale. Takes as much time as it takes, and then just slowly take a few exhales like this. So I'm going really slow and I'm allowing that inhale, that passive inhale to bounce back and take its time. So you can continue in this way, just slowly coordinating this exhale, inhale, kick of the exhale through the nose, passive inhale, also through the nose, or we're going to do 2 sets of 20 a little faster. So again, you can follow me or go in your own time. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. Inhale partway, and here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get everything out. Inhale fully. Hold briefly at the top, hold it in, and then exhale fully. Everything out. Let the breath return to normal for a moment. You might feel a little bit of increase in heat in your system, a little warmth, maybe some warmth to the extremities. And we'll take a second set, inhaling fully, and exhale fully. Inhale halfway and begin. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everything out. Inhale fully through the nose. Hold the breath in, retain the breath. And exhale completely. Everything out. And again, just notice how you feel. And we'll make our way to standing. You can come through ragdoll and roll up if you'd like. Any way you'd like, make your way to standing. Find mountain pose. And we're going to make a candle shape. We are each a candle, as Rav Kook says. So bring the feet all the way together. If it's comfortable for your shoulders, you're going to inhale your arms up overhead and steeple the arms, right? Take any alternative if that doesn't work for your shoulders. You can take hands to the hips. You could take one arm up, whatever you'd like. If you're steepling, extend through the fingertips, make yourself one long, beautiful candle, press into the feet, lengthen through the fingertips, inhale up, and then exhale. We're going to take a side bend over to the right. It can just be tiny or it can be more. The effort is not so much for how far you bend to the side, but how much you lengthen. And as you're in the side bend, press into the feet, extend through the fingertips, and then inhale up through center. Switch the cross of the fingers, the webbing, if you are steepling. Inhale, and then we'll exhale to the other side. Just a breath or two. Establish the feet down, the fingertips up. Open your heart space. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release the hands. We'll take it one more time, but just give a shake out to the hands. Inhale the arms up. Steeple if you're steepling. Exhale, take a side bend to the right as the hips shift to the left. Open through the side waists, through the armpits, a couple of breaths here. Press the feet down, be active. Inhale up through center, change the webbing. Exhale, other side. There is no candle like your candle. You are unique. We each have our particular light to shine. How often we forget this. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, take the arms out to the sides and down. Take the feet a little wider than hip width. we're just going to take little circles with the hips. You can even close your eyes if you want to. Make this very yummy. Really enjoy every bit of the path. And then you can start to widen the circles. Imagine that you're moving through molasses, something viscous, so that you can go nice and slowly and sort of gooey, I always think, is the word that comes to me with the hips. This is a good one to do every day, just starting to move the synovial fluid, the fluid in the hip joints. So healthy for us. And then pause and go in the other direction. Starting with little circles and then widening them. Keep a bend on the knees, and the torso can get involved too, going forward as the hips go back, going back as the hips move forward. Just part of opening our light, I think, really involves loosening up any tensions in the hips, so much that we hold physically and emotionally there. When we start to open, we do better with our alignment, better with our emotional alignment as well. Let's widen the feet and we'll take warrior two. So we're gonna turn the right toes out to the right and the left toes in, front heel in line with the back arch. Let's just start for this moment with hands on hips. Inhale here and exhale, bend through that right knee. So it could just be a little or it could be a lot. You don't want the knee to go past the ankle. So just a little preparatory couple of breaths here. Back leg straight and then press into the feet. Come on up. Change the feet. Inhale. Exhale, bend. Breath or two here, just establishing the alignment of the legs, the stability of your base. Again, building a little heat. And then come on up, turn the feet. And this time we'll add the arms if you'd like. Inhale the arms, shoulder height, spread through the fingertips. Imagine that you're pressing down on two giant beach balls or physio balls. So you really engage the underneath here, the lat muscles, draw the shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, exhale, bend the knee, take the gaze over the right fingertips. Find your pose. Torso anchoring through the midline, not reaching forward or back. Lifting up through both sides of the back ankle. And then when you're ready, come on up. Change sides. Establish the feet. Again, right toes turned in, left toes turned out. Inhale the arms, engage through the lats. Exhale into the pose. Gazing over the left fingertips. Feel into sensation. Smooth, steady, easy breaths. Press into the feet and come on up. Turn the feet once again. I'm going to add side angle. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bend through the right knee. Inhale, place the forearm to the thigh. Exhale, you can keep the hand here. You can bring the arm over. Extension, opening. Can reorganize your legs if you need. The gaze is forward or the gaze is up. You decide. See what works for you. Nice opening through the whole left side of the body. Press into the feet, inhale to come up. Turn the feet. Same thing, other side. Building our light by building some opening, finding really that pilot light. You might think of it as very deep in the belly. You might think of it as the solar plexus. Some might think of it at the sternum, right? But it's through this line, certainly. Inhale the arms. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, forearm to thigh. And then exhale, come fully into side angle. Again, gaze forward or gaze is up. Press into the feet. Inhale to come up. Jump or hop step or walk the feet in. Once again, find mountain pose with the legs together, the arms by the sides. Been really like thinking about the candle, the wick, the crown of our head emitting light. And then take the legs wide, pose. We're going to turn the toes out to face the corners of the mat. Take the hands to the hips. Inhale. Exhale, bend both knees. Let them track over the feet, like between second and third toes. You can think about coming down. And just come down and up a few times. Drop down. Press the floor away. Sink your breath in any way you like. Some like to exhale as they drop, and some like to inhale. So you decide. Starting to warm up, heat up, and then come on down and stay. See if there's anything you need to rearrange. Let the trunk be nice and tall. Shoulder blades again, moving down the back. And then bring the arms up at shoulder height, bend at the elbows. The palms facing forward. Goddess pose. We can also call it Chanukia pose. Legs forming the base. We have the middle line and then all the branches, all the arms of the Chanukia. And then you can even wave your fingertips, the light brightening. Shammash candle in the middle, your own head, your own crown tall. You can emit a little sound as you build some heat. Whew. And then come on up, press into the feet if you're not up already. Walk, heel toe, jump the feet together, give it a little shake out. And find your quiet mountain pose, candle, feet together. If that's hard for your balance, of course, step apart in any amount. And then we'll come down to the floor. We're going to come onto the belly first. Again, I'm thinking of the candle. I often do a lot with the feet separated, but I'm thinking about this beautiful candle. So zip up the leg. Okay for your low back. Bring them together. Zip them together. The tops of the feet are down and extended, toes pointing away. Take the hands in place by the sides of the chest. And we're first going to mini cobra. Just engage these paraspinal muscles. Exhale, lower down. Again, inhale, come up. So my hands aren't really doing much. There's not much pressure, if at all, from them. You can even lift them up. But they're here to help the collarbone widen and the arm bones move back and the shoulder blades move down the back. Exhale, come down. So I kept you there a while. If you basically want to be inhaling up and then forehead back down. Several times. Extend. Lengthen the tailbone and lengthen through the toes as you go. One more time. Inhale up and exhale down. And then if you want, we're going to take the legs and the arms up. You could keep the arms here, or you could have the arms at your sides, or you could bring the palms to face down and place them on the floor, onto the mat, to just give you a little bit of push as you lift up. So we're going to inhale, lengthen through the toes, lift the legs, and also lift through the forehead. So you can do a little, you can do a lot. See how much you want to come up, extending everywhere. And then exhale down. And again, inhale, lift up, and stay here and breathe. So palms can be down, again, arms can be extended, hands can be clasped if you prefer, anything you like. And then exhale, come on down. Let the hips rock a little bit side to side. You could bend the knees and take windshield wipers if you'd like, or scolds. You could also sit back into child pose or puppy. Anything you'd like as a counter pose to lengthen out the lower back. And then we're going to make our way onto our backs for bridge pose. Where we want to really let light shine and open through the chest, through bridge. So making your way onto the back, the feet are on, soles of the feet on the floor, knees bent. And just pause here. And let the torso drop into the support of the floor. Let go of any tension in your forehead, brow, jaw, throat. Lengthen the arms and bend at the elbows so that the upper arm bones are hugging into the rib cage. Tuck your shoulders under you slightly, right? So tuck your wings in. Middle of your chest lifts a little bit. Inhale here. Exhale, press into the upper arm bones, press into the feet, lengthen the tailbone, and lift the hips up. We'll just start here with the arms bent, upper arm bones pressing down, really helps us to lift up through the sternum, press into the feet. See that the knees remain parallel. We don't want them to splay. And see if you can bring a little more ease to the low back by ungripping through the buttocks. They'll engage, the glutes will engage, but you don't have to squeeze. You can really think of lifting up from the hip points, the two bones, the front of the pelvis. Then as you're ready, widen the shoulders, start to lower down vertebra by vertebra. Take your hands to your thighs and just press the thighs away. Give a little length to the torso. And then lengthen your arms along the mat. Take hold of opposite sides of the mat. Again, tuck your shoulders under you a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, press into the feet. Lift the hip points. Roll the shoulders under you a little more if you'd like. You can take this a little or a lot, however you want your bridge today. If you're feeling revved up, you go higher. If you want to clasp hands under your back, you can. And send your knuckles forward. See that there's some space at the neck and beneath the chin. If you'd like, you can do that forced exhalation, that Kapalabhati breath here. Just like that, building a little heat, building a little fire. Feel free to add Kapalabhati. As many times as you'd like. And of course, as you're ready, slowly unraveling, widen the shoulders, lower down vertebra by vertebra. Until you come all the way to the floor. Take your hands to your hip points, give a little pressure at the top of your pelvis, and then let your knees move a little bit side to side. They're both going in the same direction. Windshield wipers. Take any last movements that you would like before settling into stillness. You might want to take a twist to each side, or happy baby, or just hug the knees again, whatever you like. If there's anything you missed, anything you're hoping for, let your body, not your mind, not your head, not your thoughts, let your body take you there. It might look like a yoga pose. It might look like a stretch, it might be entirely improvisational, making it up in the spot. You don't even have to even out by doing both sides. If you find there's just one side that needs something, go for it. And then when you're ready, come into stillness. You can take your blanket a number of ways. You could put your blanket underneath your head for a little support behind the back of your head. You could roll your blanket into a jelly roll and place it under your knees or your thighs, or you could cover yourself with your blanket for a little warmth. We'll take a few minutes of stillness. Every person must know and understand that deep within them a candle burns, and their candle is unlike the candle of any other. There's no person without a candle. Every person must know and understand that it's upon them to toil and reveal the light of their candle for others. They must kindle them into a great torch that will illuminate the entire world. Begin to come back to the surface by deepening your breath. We're going to do one more breathing pattern for raising the light. You can do it on your back or you can do it seated. So if you'll stay on your back, just bend your knees and place the soles of the feet on the floor. And take your hands to your low belly. And if you're making your way up to seated, take your time and come to a place where the sitting bones are even and the spine is tall. This one is called three-part breath, whereas the forced exhalations, often called breath of fire also, are a heating breath. This is a little more for equanimity and grounding and just fullness. So it goes like this. I'll just describe it and then we'll do it. We inhale in parts and retain. So after exhaling fully, we inhale just to the low belly, 1/3, and pause. And then we inhale the rib cage area all the way around, front, back, both sides, and pause, the middle third. And then we inhale the upper third up to the clavicles, the collarbones, to the tops of the lungs. And then we retain the whole breath in for a moment. And then we exhale completely out. And it all happens through the nose. So let's take a full inhale and a full exhale through the nose. And here we go. Inhale to the belly, pause, the ribs, pause, the upper chest, pause, hold, exhale completely all the way out. And begin again. Inhale, belly, pause, ribs, pause, upper chest, pause, full exhale. And repeat, belly, pause, ribs, pause, upper chest, pause, full exhale. 3 more breaths in your own time. I'll just be silent. You can follow 3 more breaths in 3 parts. When you've completed your 3rd breath, allow the breath to come back to its natural pattern. I don't think you can really see this, but I have a candle here with me on my mat. I don't know if it really shows the light. As we close our practice, and we anticipate Chanukah, we really make an intention this week and beyond to allow the light to increase, to allow our holiness to increase through our practices, our connections, the things that we feed and nurture in our lives. We don't hold on to the benefits of practice tightly. We don't hold on for ourselves, but we really extend out for the benefit of all beings. If there's anyone in your life who's ill, Embody your spirit who needs healing. Might also be yourself. Please include them in your prayers. Sending the benefits of your practice, of your work out to them. For refuah shlema, for complete healing. To all who are suffering in all corners of our globe, we send healing. We send the light. And we'll close with Achenu, cultivate Israel, from our Monday and Thursday morning liturgy in the Torah service, extending out the wish that the captives in Gaza, 100 people, both alive and dead, be returned home safely and speedily. So we'll put the words on the screen. You're welcome to join me or just listen. It's there in Hebrew and in transliteration. Achenu kol beit Yisrael, Achiotenu kol beit Yisrael, Hanetunim betzara uvashivya, Haomdim ben bayam uven bayabasha. Hamakom yirachem aleim, veyotziem mitzara lirevacha, umafel aleora, umishibud ligeula hashta bagala uvizman kariv. Hashta bagala uvizman kariv. And Omar Amen. May they be returned soon, those who are alive in good health. Shavua Tov, Chag Urim Sameach, happy Hanukkah to everybody. Thanks for practicing.